Welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining to us and also introducing us to one of our computational biology tools. This is Pymol, okay? And we use Pymol for several activities, okay? Especially as it has to do with visualization or alignment or some other functions you may want to perform. Okay, or even interconversion of formats, okay, of compounds or protein. So in this particular video, I'm simply going to be introducing us to the interface of Pymol software. Okay, I just loaded in my Pymol. If you do the same, this is an icon of Pymol. Okay, and once it loads, this is what you see. Okay. Towards the top, you will see your file. Your file simply represents what some functions like save, just like in many other softwares, you have your file. So here you can either use new as mean you want to create another page, a second working space for Pymol. You can create a default working space. Then you have open. Open is when you want to load in your compounds or your protein into the Pymol software. You use open. Once you click on open, it takes you to your folder and you pick the folder you want to interact with here, or the protein or the ligand in the folder you want to make use of. Then you can see open recent files. Okay, you can go to open, assuming you have opened them recently. Okay, get PDB, you can directly from here sort your PDP words online and the rest. You can save session, you can save session as, you can export your alignment, you can export molecule. Okay, assuming you want to save a complex, you can simply save a complex and export it as molecule and interact that complex in another software. Okay, you can also export alignment. You can perform alignment with this among the functions it does. Okay, this is export images and export movie. You can create short movies using this software too. You can also export your images after working or after visualization. Okay, you can simply export your image either as PNG or as any of these, but PNG is always the most preferred. Okay, when after working, you export your file as PNG. You can also edit few things. You can also build few things. You can also, this is where you can create your movies and the rest. You can also affect your display. Under your display, you have your sequences, your sequence mode, and the rest. Among others, you have your background. Okay, this is where you change the background of your working space. For instance, I don't like black. I want to make it white. I'll simply do click on white here, and the background change to white. Okay, so this is what you can do in your display. You can also visit your settings for some other activities you may want to perform with that. Okay, this is what you get used to with time. Then by the right hand side up, we also have few sections here. Okay, among which is reset, zoom, orient, draw, unlock, unpick, deselect, rock, and the rest. Okay, one of the most important here, which we make use of in almost all our workings on software, is this zoom option. Okay, once you click on zoom option, you will see zoom all, you will see zoom visible, you see zoom active selection, and you see zoom ligand, zoom next to ligand. Okay, when you're working on something here, you either make use of any of this to interact or to visualize what you are working on properly. Okay, if you want to bring it closer, either the active site, which is where the ligand is interacting, or you select some portions. I want to visualize the section you just selected properly. You can use on zoom active selections and the rest. Okay, don't worry, in our next video we'll be working on proteins and ligands, and you see how we apply some of these tools. Okay, under that we see this particular tool bar here. The first one I have here is A. A simply means action. Okay, if I click on action, it's telling me certain action I can perform with respect to what I have on this space. Okay, assuming I've loaded in something here, I want to perform an action. This is where I perform my action. And once you load in your protein and your ligand, it will also be recorded here. Okay, you see them record something like this here also. So this is my action. If I go to my action, I can zoom, center, origin, precept, and many others. Don't worry, in our next tutorial you're going to see how we employ this in while working with our proteins or ligands. Then after action, I have my what? My show. S stands for show. Show means how do you want to visualize the compound or the protein you have here? Do you want it in ribbon form, cartoon form? Do you want to label? Do you want surface view and the rest? Okay, this is where we generate that. Okay, we also have what? H. H stands for hide. If you want to hide any of those things you showed, okay, at S, okay, S is for show, H is for hide. You can hide everything. You can hide wire, you can hide line, you can hide everything. Okay, just like you showed them here. Then the L here is label. Okay, do you want to label any component of what you have here? You want to label any residue, any chain, any segment, and the rest. You can easily do that via what? Labeling. Okay. Then the last one here is what? Is color. C. Do you want to color? Is it by element, by chain, by SS, by REP, by spectrum and the rest, or through any of this color, any of the color you generate here? And as you can see, once you click on them, you see some other section. Okay, any of them you select here and click, it will reflect on the color of what you have here. Okay, then lastly, we have this particular option here. Okay, these are different arrows you can use to move, assuming you have your protein and you have your ligand inside your protein. Okay, this particular option here helps you to get the different conformations of your ligand in your protein, assuming you have a ligand, a protein with different conformations of ligand. Okay, maybe after you just docked or performed molecular docking, you want to visualize the different conformations of the ligand in the protein. You simply load in the protein here and load in the ligand too, and use these arrows here to interact with them by clicking next or clicking backwards. Okay, and you see the different conformations of this protein, this ligand inside the protein's active site. Don't worry, you will see more of this. We will start our next video, or we'll start applying them in our next video. You can see this is S, where you can perform alignment, sequence alignment after loading in your proteins. Okay, and the rest. Okay, so these are just a quick summary of the interface of what Pymol, okay, and what you can possibly do with it. When you start working on proteins or ligands, you will see how we employ this, okay, in a better way, and you come to appreciate it the more. Remember, I told you can perform several functions with this particular software. Okay, it's not limited to what I just mentioned. The more you make use of it, the more you find out about more of them. Thank you, and see you in our next video.